The air is thick with torchlight and tension. 25 men stand in silence, strong, nervous, uncertain. In the center of them all stands one woman. Her dark hair gleams under the golden light, her eyes sharp and fearless. She doesn't look like a queen about to host a game. She looks like a predator about to make history. That night, the empire would whisper her name in fear and fascination. They said she was a queen by day and a storm by night. The woman who ruled the greatest empire on earth and then broke every rule behind closed doors. Her name was Messalina, and her story became one of Rome's most forbidden scandals. Today, we dive into one of history's most shocking secrets, the night when the Roman Empress challenged desire itself. Stay with me till the end, because this isn't just a tale of lust and betrayal. It's the story of power, danger, and the price of living without limits. And if you love uncovering the dark and hidden truths of history, make sure to subscribe to Throne of Scandals, because what you're about to hear is stranger than fiction. Rome, the mighty heart of the ancient world, was a city built on discipline, ambition, and appetite. Behind its marble walls and golden statues, emperors and nobles lived lives most mortals could only dream of. But behind that luxury lay secrets that would make even the bravest soldier blush. And none shone darker than the story of the Empress Messalina. She was young, beautiful, and dangerous. Married to Emperor Claudius, the ruler of the Roman Empire, Messalina should have lived a life of honor and grace. But her marriage was one of politics, not love. Claudius was much older, quiet, and more interested in governing than passion. The young empress, left alone in her palace of marble and silence, grew restless. And when power and boredom collide, scandal is never far behind. Messalina's charm was legendary. She could melt a senator with a smile and ruin a rival with a whisper. But what she craved most was excitement, something no crown could offer. And one night, she decided to seek it in a place no empress should ever go. According to the ancient historian Suetonius, Messalina disguised herself in a dark veil and slipped out of the palace, away from her guards, away from her title. She entered the shadowy heart of Rome, a world of wine, laughter, and sin. Her destination, a secret house of pleasure hidden in Rome's shadows. But that night, the empress didn't come to watch. She came to compete. Her rival was a courtesan known across the empire for her stamina and beauty. The challenge was simple and shocking. Who could take the most men in one night? It wasn't about money or pleasure. It was about proving who ruled desire itself. The competition began. The lamps flickered, the room filled with heat and whispers. The courtesan was confident at first. She had done this before. But Messalina was relentless. As the hours passed, one man after another entered her chamber. When the courtesan finally collapsed from exhaustion, the empress continued. By dawn, Messalina had taken 25 men. When her rival admitted defeat, Messalina reportedly laughed and said she could still go on. The empress had won. The next morning, she returned to her palace as if nothing had happened, draped in silk, wearing her crown, greeting her husband with calm grace. But beneath that royal smile hid a secret that would one day destroy her. For centuries, historians have argued whether this story was true or exaggerated, a weapon used by her political enemies. Ancient Rome was notorious for turning rumors into history, especially when it came to powerful women. Yet Messalina's life was filled with real acts of recklessness. Affairs, betrayals, plots, all recorded by those who feared and envied her. The competition, true or not, became a symbol of her unstoppable appetite for control. Messalina ruled behind the throne. While Emperor Claudius governed the empire, she controlled the people around him, choosing marriages, collecting fortunes, silencing anyone who stood in her way. Even senators trembled when her name was whispered. But her power was built on a fragile foundation, her emotions. She fell in love with a nobleman named Gaius Silius. Young, handsome, ambitious. Their affair wasn't secret for long. Rome buzzed with gossip as they appeared together at feasts and in public gardens. Some said Silius dreamed of becoming emperor himself with Messalina as his queen. Then came the act that shocked even her allies. While Claudius was away, Messalina and Silius held a secret wedding ceremony, a public marriage while she was still the emperor's wife. It was more than betrayal. It was treason. When the emperor's advisors discovered the truth, panic spread through the palace. They told Claudius everything: the affairs, the secret wedding, the whispered talk of rebellion. At first, Claudius refused to believe it. His gentle, graceful wife? Impossible. But then came the proof, and the emperor's heart turned to stone. Soldiers were sent to arrest Messalina. She tried to reach Claudius, sending desperate messages, begging for mercy. But her enemies made sure he never saw them. By the time the soldiers found her, she was hiding in the gardens of her villa, pale and trembling. Her mother was there, silent, unable to meet her eyes. The guards surrounded her. One of them handed her a dagger, giving her a chance to end her life with dignity. But she couldn't do it. And so, a soldier stepped forward and carried out the emperor's order. The empress, who had once ruled Rome with beauty and fear, was gone. Her statues were destroyed. Her name was erased from official records. Her lovers were executed, her allies exiled. But the story that one story survived. The tale of the night she outlasted 25 men became Rome's favorite whisper, passed from poet to senator, from scribe to emperor. It was a warning and a fascination. Was Messalina truly the monster Rome painted her to be? Or was she simply a woman punished for wanting what men could take freely: power, freedom, and pleasure? History rarely gives mercy to women who break its rules. Rome called her wicked, but Rome itself was built on indulgence and vice. Perhaps the empire saw in her its own reflection, beautiful, ruthless, and doomed. Messalina's story reminds us that history is written not by truth, but by survivors. Her enemies controlled the words that shaped her legend. They called her shameless, but what she really did was live without fear. And in a world ruled by men, that was the greatest scandal of all. So whether her infamous competition truly happened or not, the fact remains: her name has outlived those who condemned her. Even today, nearly 2,000 years later, Messalina's legend still burns through the ruins of Rome, a name spoken in the same breath as temptation, danger, and power. Because in every age, every empire, there's always someone like her, too ambitious, too free, too unforgettable to fit the rules written by others. This was the story of Messalina, the Roman empress who defied her emperor, her city, and the limits of her own desire. If you enjoyed uncovering this hidden chapter of history, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Throne of Scandals, because behind every empire lies a secret, and behind every throne, scandal waiting to be told.